There is no way to predict when a disaster will occur, but sometimes cameras are able to catch the drama and destruction that follows. Today we will talk about the top 10 natural disasters that have been recorded, and we will look at the most spectacular footage of damaging natural events that was captured on camera. But before we start our countdown, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. So, let's get started. 10. The Great Miami Tornado, 1997. It seems that tornadoes enjoy forming in broad open areas. On the other hand, in May of 1997, an F1 tornado decided to make its way right into Miami. The tornado seemed to become aware of its error as it made a brief passage through downtown, collided with a cruise ship, leaped over most of Biscayne Bay, overturned a vehicle, and then dissipated. The damage was relatively minor, but the terrifying sights of a tornado approaching a city full of skyscrapers made headlines all around the world. Of course, tornadoes don't favor farmland. There's just more rural area in the world than urban. And the footage of the Great Miami Tornado was a dramatic reminder that even tornadoes sometimes visit the big city. Tornadoes don't actually prefer farmland. There's just more rural area in the world than urban. 9. Debris flow at Grudnay, Switzerland, 2018. In the month of August 2018, the tranquil alpine village of Grudnay, which is located in Chamison, Switzerland, was surprised to receive a visitor who was not at all welcome. It began as a rumble and was first restricted to a narrow canal when it first started. But while stunned witnesses watched and shot, the river of black muck overtook the channel and began to wreak havoc throughout the town, crossing roads and crashing into vehicles as well as homes. The accident occurred as a result of heavy rainfall brought on by an unexpected storm, which led to the overflowing of a river located farther up the mountain. There were no reports of injuries or fatalities, but there was a significant amount of damage. 8. Mount Ontake eruption, 2014. When we think of volcanoes, we envision rivers of lava and a rain of fiery hell from above. Fire and brimstone are what come to mind. Pyroclastic flows, on the other hand, are currents of gas and volcanic debris. They rush downhill at average rates of 62 miles per hour, and sometimes they can be as much as 7 times faster than that. Pyroclastic flows are typically significantly more lethal. On the island of Honshu in Japan, hikers were ascending Mount Ontake in September of 2014 when all of a sudden, a cloud of steam and ash erupted from the peak and spread across the sky. The oncoming flow was caught on camera by a documentary crew, as well as by a hiker who was trying to take cover from it. 63 people were killed, and this hiker was one of the lucky ones to escape unscathed. 7. Loma Prieta earthquake, 1989. On the afternoon of Tuesday, October 17, 1989, thousands of baseball fans waited with bated breath at Candlestick Park in San Francisco for Game 3 of the World Series, while others watched the game from the comfort of their own homes on television. What they actually got was something different. It was the first time that a significant earthquake had been televised in real time on national television. As a result of a slip on the San Andreas Fault, a brief but violent earthquake with a magnitude of 6.9 on the Richter scale was generated, throwing the Bay Area into turmoil and leaving 63 people dead and thousands more injured. Customers were seen dodging shelves, and children were seen being jostled in their classrooms as security cameras and camcorders filmed the moment when the mundane became the unfathomable. 6. Chelyabinsk meteor, 2013. One of the types of disasters you probably aren't prepared for is one that originates in space. However, meteorites enter our atmosphere more frequently than any of us would care to think about. You remember dinosaurs, right? In 1908, an explosion that was linked to a meteorite occurred above the Stony Tunguska River in Russia, which resulted in the destruction of 770 square kilometers of forest. More recently, on the morning of February 15, 2013, Russia was visited from space once more. This time, the location was over Chelyabinsk Oblast, which is located in the Ural area. Multiple dashboard cameras captured a bright white light with a trail of fire following it across the sky before the object detonated in midair, destroying windows and wounding at least 1,500 people. 5. Indian Ocean Tsunami, 2004. The Indian Ocean tsunami was caused by a huge earthquake that occurred deep below the ocean's surface, and it ravaged the coastlines of 14 countries, with an appalling estimated death toll of 230,000 people. It was one of the deadliest natural disasters in the annals of recorded history. The sea level dropped initially in certain regions of Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia, which encouraged people to venture out onto the newly exposed beach and reefs. But shortly after that, enormous tsunamis that reached heights of up to 100 feet ensued. On other beaches, the first waves appeared to be completely safe, but as their numbers increased, they overran the streets, residences, and hotels in the area. The disaster was captured on home video, which stunned the globe by showing individuals riding waves of debris or drifting aimlessly in cities that had been submerged. 4. California wildfires, 2017. In the second half of 2017, the state of California was ravaged by the deadliest and most destructive wildfires in recorded history, which were responsible for the loss of 47 lives and the destruction of nearly 10,000 structures. As they drove through the flames and battled the blaze, first responders to the Tubbs and Atlas fires captured breathtaking footage of the blazes. On the other hand, a motorist on Interstate 405 captured some of the most horrifying and unforgettable footage. When the Skirball fire in December tore through the Sepulveda Pass near Bel Air, the entire mountainside gave off the appearance of being a single blazing coal, similar to a mountain in hell. Before it could be contained, the fire had already consumed 422 acres of land. 3. Everest avalanche, 2015. As a result of the earthquake that occurred in Gorkha in April 2015, footage from all over Nepal revealed homes and temples that had been reduced to rubble. The disaster claimed the lives of about 9,000 people in all. An avalanche was triggered when the summit of Pumori, which is located close to Everest, trembled from the earthquake. Meanwhile, on the roof of the world, even the mountains shook. The hikers at South Base Camp initially heard the rumble and felt the ground quiver, and then they were hit with a significant amount of snow all at once. At least 19 people lost their lives in the horrible accident, and the survivors emerged into a landscape of white that was littered with shredded tents and buried equipment. 2. Mount St. Helens eruption, 1980. In 1980, the notorious stratovolcano in Washington state slowly but spectacularly built up over the course of many weeks. Lightning was caused by the buildup of static charge and arced across the ash clouds while blue flames blazed in the craters of the stratovolcano. The ground began to shake, and there was a hissing sound coming from the peak. On the other hand, the morning of May 18 was the main event, and all of this was simply a warm-up. In a single unfathomable instant, the north flank disintegrated, which set off a tremendous VEI-5 eruption that sadly claimed the lives of over 50 individuals. The entire mountainside appears to dissolve and then pour out like liquid as the largest landslide that has ever been recorded and the most catastrophic eruption in the history of the United States takes place. 1. Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, 2011. The footage taken during the tsunami in Japan displayed sights of unprecedented destruction. Waves crashed over homes, and entire towns vanished as blazing wreckage and boats were dragged deep inland. The tsunami that hit northeast Japan claimed the lives of 16,000 people and damaged an untold number of dwellings. When viewed from above, its rapid and unrelenting progress had the eerie quality of a nightmare. People on the ground escaped by climbing the steep slopes of the hills as the streets turned into raging rivers. These horrific depictions of the end of the world were brought about by an earthquake of such magnitude that it knocked the Earth off of its axis. So, these are the 10 worst natural disasters that have been recorded. If you liked the video, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel for more top 10 videos. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching, and see you next time.